You're watching Network 126, a live stream slash uh, kind of Q&A informative kind of video here. As an Amazon employee myself, I just wanted to talk about some things that I've been hearing and some of my own thoughts, some things that I've seen at the actual Amazon warehouse that I work at. So we're going to jump into all that in a minute. What's up, Ryan K? Teeks24. So I've been hearing there's some Amazon workers, I believe in New York. I'll pull up the article in a second, that are going on strike starting yesterday on Monday. There's about a hundred and something workers that it was actually started by. Uh, I'm not sure because it was a Reddit article, I believe. I heard that about, and they were talking about some people were saying that it was a PA, process assistant, but they were saying that I think it was a CNN article or something. They were saying that it was like an assistant manager, but anyway, I don't know. So there's just a lot going on with the whole. Well, basically, the Amazon and COVID are basically been in the headlines lately. So there's a whole lot going on with this, and so there's a whole lot to talk about today. Um, March 31st, 2020 here. What's up, Texas Made? Hey, Brian, I'm hearing internet will be shut down soon. I don't know about that. I mean, this isn't the first time I've heard about that, though. Um, who knows? All kinds of things are happening right now with this whole situation. So, well, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump in. At the Amazon facility where I'm working at, they've basically got managers stationed like at the near like the front side of the building, where the main entrance is. And so when people are entering, exiting, going to the break rooms, to the bathrooms, they got managers yelling 6 feet. Everybody stay 6 feet apart, please. 6 feet apart. Thank you. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like this before. But the only problem with that is, and me and this coworker, who shall not be named, were talking about this and kind of joking and laughing about it. And she was like they yell at us to stay 6 feet apart, and I'm tired of hearing about this COVID stuff and Trump going on and on about this, and Trump's kind of an idiot about it. He said some dumb things. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, so she's just going on and on saying, like, they're yelling at us to stay 6 feet apart, but then we go and work like close to each other, and this and that. And I was totally agreeing. She was saying the same things, like pulling the words right out of my mouth. Um, like, we've been in a trailer together. Not me and that coworker, it was a different one. They're still putting people in trailers together. I mean, on one hand, they are trying. Got to commend them for that. I guess, A for effort. I mean, because like Amazon wasn't designed to handle this. They weren't, that they didn't have this in mind when they designed all their operations. And it's not just Amazon. There's a lot of different companies that operate in very similar manners. So it's like, how do you handle this? How do you, other than shutting down the whole facility, which would cut a lot of jobs. But then again, there is that pretty enticing unemployment package that just passed. So Greg Rubin's asking me, is Amazon treating you right? So that's another thing I wanted to jump into, is actually Amazon. They've been generous enough to actually give us a $2. I forget what the official name for it is. But anyway, it's a $2 raise for working during this whole outbreak situation with the increased demand. The other day, I just saw like a whole freaking pallet that was just, I don't know how tall it was, but it was pretty tall. And it was just full of napkins. I shit you not, just 100% napkins. And I guess, yeah, it makes sense because I've been seeing a lot of empty shelves at the grocery stores lately. Toilet paper, napkins, even like dish soap, laundry detergent. I've seen cereal, frozen food, all that kind of stuff is in very short supply these days. So yeah, it makes total sense that I would see a whole freaking huge tall pallet full of napkins at Amazon, because yeah, that would be in demand right now. So AJB's asked me to join the strike. This is the second time I've been asked that now. I can't afford to join the strike. I need to make money. Shit, I got rent to pay, and like this isn't like managed by some large, you know, property management company. This is, well, this is more of like an individual kind of thing. I don't want to like give any more details than that. Um, because this is my whole top secret bunker here. The dogs patrolling out there. Anyway, so yeah, I pretty much decided I'm just going to work as long as I'm able-bodied and physically capable, able to, all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to say, until now. See, here's the thing, which I was kind of alluding to. Um, the area, the whole, I guess I got to say now, the whole Inland Empire area and Los Angeles County as well. All those areas now. Not sure about Orange County, but I've been hearing a lot of Amazon facilities are getting hit by these infections, these COVID-19 infections. And there's a Reddit thread that I found, that I stumbled upon, that's got like an up-to-date list so far of all the pretty much all the Amazon facilities, and they have them by like their actual like internal Amazon names, which consists of like about like four random letters and numbers, it looks like. There's just all kinds, and I've started noticing some familiar names, uh, designations for buildings on there that have been confirmed and or rumored to have infections, and infection outbreaks. Um, and it's just, I can't help but think that, because my building is not on that list, but I just can't help but think that it'll be one of the next ones added pretty soon, which, with the way that we have to work, we have to wear these. Actually, I have a 1 second. They have these earbuds, these hearing protection things. I got them hanging on my hook over here. These things, I gotta wear these like this all day at work. So with the loud, noisy conveyor belts going on over us constantly in most places where these things are required, you can't just walk around like this. No, you have to have them actually on the whole time. So a lot of times you have to get really close to each other. You're like, what? You're like yelling at each other. Sometimes, like, you're wearing it like this and you have to be like, what? Like, oh, okay, all right, I'll get right on it. It's like that a lot of times, but you have to, we have to break that 6 foot bubble zone a lot of times. And we're also like, especially when we're unloading a truck, not only are we closer than 6 feet also, but coronavirus is said to live on cardboard for up to like 24 hours. There's another thing too. We have these pallet sleeves, these black pallet sleeves. Amazon employees will know what I'm talking about. They're shipped back and forth pretty much. In the scanning department, MP, manual palletizing, when we're scanning the boxes off the belt and building these pallets, and they get taken away and wrapped up. Some are just put on wood pallets, and some are put on plastic pallets, these specially designed plastic pallets that have these plastic sleeves that go one on each side that just enclose the entire thing. But I've started noticing that on the labels that we stick on those, um, because like they get reused a lot. There's a whole point that I'm getting at here, is they get shipped back and forth. So there's a lot of old labels, and we got to slap our new label over a bunch of old labels. And some of those labels uh, from previous destinations, I've noticed in that Reddit list of infected facilities. and the virus can live on plastic for, I believe, 2 or 3 days. And if they're shipping those back and forth like overnight or something, and I'm handling those, I don't know. I don't know if they were shipped in a week ago, a month ago, you know, 24 hours ago, or even less. I just don't know. So that's the whole thing that's kind of scary about that. I really don't know. I can't say either way, but it just makes me wonder. It just, you know, Texas Maid's asking me, have you seen military and tanks out there? No, I have not. But the moment that I do, if I do, I will be one of the first ones pulling out my camera and getting all the footage I can of it and sharing it right here on Network 126 as soon as I'm able to. So just stay tuned for that. I know I haven't really been uploading lately. Like I started uploading like crazy for a bit, and then I just kind of stopped. Yeah, I've just been busy working. I just needed some time to myself. But I'm just jumping right back into it right now, and because there's a whole lot to talk about, whole lot in the news, a whole lot of stuff in the headlines about all this COVID-19 in relation to Amazon. Not just Amazon, it's taking over the entire country. Cases going, blowing up all over the place, and it's just like it seems like every day I'm hearing new news about more infections and increase in number of infections. Oh, it's been found in this place, that place now. It's crazy. It's spreading everywhere. AJB's asked me, do they make you wear masks and gloves? That's another thing. I guess masks are still in short supply. We do wear our standard work gloves, which actually happen to have a pair right here conveniently on the table. They're cloth though. They're not rubber gloves. I mean they're pretty good for working though. Let me try to put one on here. They they got kind of like a rubberized. It's just like a good kind of grip for grabbing things, and the backside is just cloth. But the thing is, I sweat a lot, so a lot of times I'm moving boxes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth all day, and I'm breaking a sweat like crazy because that's just how I am. I sweat a lot, and because this is cloth, it's kind of like the perfect little like towel on the back of my hand that I can just be constantly going like this. But if it's on the cardboard and I'm touching it with this glove, and I've already gotten into the habit of doing this, it's like, yeah, that's not good. So it just makes me wonder. But like I said, I'm just gonna keep working and until if I get infected and I can't anymore, well then that's a whole nother story. Then I'll get like 2 weeks pay, 2 weeks off paid, however you want to word that. There's just so much on my mind about this. The whole situation is so insane. So many comments rolling in over here. I'm not really getting too much in the comments here. AJB is saying it was a bioweapon that Trump used on China. Interesting. Movement to Contact says, here's Zero Hedges article about how Amazon loves its workforce. Super Mario's saying, have you gotten your first paycheck and they pay weekly or bi-weekly? Well, I've had my first paycheck, dude. I mean, I've been working at Amazon for just about a month now. I went in for my first orientation on March 3rd. And as once again, you guys see here, we're on March 31st. So I've gotten, well, I'm about to get another one actually on, well, they say Friday. Well, yeah, technically it is Friday. But for me, it's Thursday night because I just consider that late, Thursday night because that's when I clocked in. But anyway, I get out at 5 in the morning, so that's a whole. But I chose the night shift just because I'm just kind of naturally nocturnal anyway, so it kind of works out, and I like it, so it's pretty cool. Joe Mama's asking me, "Are you COVID positive?" No, I am not. Otherwise, I wouldn't be working right now, and if I was, like I said, I'd be entitled to that 2 weeks paid time off, which that's pretty generous and pretty cool. There's been like a $25 million relief fund set aside just specifically for that purpose for employees that get infected. If they happen to get infected, they get that all that pay. El Gordo Shepherd says, I bet that glove is used for another kind of package, huh? LOL. Oh boy, dude. What kind of package is he talking about, man? No, this is not that kind of glove. I think that would kind of hurt. Anyway, yeah, so this whole situation is just blowing up out of control. Jeff Bezos is the man, says Joe Mama. Well, he's certainly, I believe, the richest man on the world at the moment, or one of them. It's just the whole thing's, I don't know, there's just so much to get into and just so much to be concerned about. Texas Maid saying, do Amazon take y'all temp before y'all start work? Do y'all clock on by using your phone, or y'all able to have phones while in there? Okay, so here, that's an interesting one I'll jump into. Texas Maid. So that's an interesting point. The first one about taking our temperatures. They do not at my facility, but I just stumbled upon, there was a screenshot because Amazon employees, we use the A to Z app. Fellow Amazonians know all about that. Those of you who don't, look what that is, A to Z. There's an app, that manages our hours and gives us news and announcements. There's been a lot of them about COVID, by the way. You can apply for VET, voluntary extra time, or VTO, voluntary time off. But anyway, there was a very interesting screenshot in that Reddit article that I was mentioning earlier, that was talking about temperature checks at the door. And I'm not sure which facility that was. I'm not sure if they replied yet about which one that was or not. But if you're interested, go look that up, or I'll try to find that Reddit article right now. Or if you guys want to beat me to that, let's see who posts that first in the live chat section here. Let's see. Where was it? I'll tell you the title of that in 1 minute. Okay, it's r/Amazon FC. All confirmed corona cases so far at an Amazon FC. Type that into Google or in the Reddit, whatever, and it'll take you to that page. And it's just a whole up-to-date list of the current facilities that have either been infected with sources, and then there's a separate section for rumors with no source. So jumping back into the comments here. Let's see. So Texas Maid was asking, do we clock on using our phones? No, we clock in with our badge. There's like a wall-mounted thing. But well, no, I don't want to show that. I don't want everyone to know which building I'm at right now. But they gave everyone a schedule card that we clip like in the lanyard with our badge that we use, and there was all these comments, but yeah, no. But anyway, they gave us these badges with modified schedules, because what they started doing is another thing that Amazon's doing, handling about this whole COVID-19 situation, is that they've staggered our schedules. When I first started at Amazon, I was on at 6:15 p.m. to 4:45 a.m., but they've since staggered my schedule to 6:30 p.m. and coming out at 5 a.m. And they've got some still coming in at 6:15. They've got my group coming in at 6:30, and then they've got another group, I believe, coming in at 7. And I'm not sure if there's another group after that or not. But anyway, that they've staggered all our schedules and break times to make it so that there's as few of us as possible in the break rooms and stuff at a time. But the only thing is if we're all still touching those same plastic tables where the virus can survive, again, like I said, about 2 or 3 days, it can survive on both plastic and metal. I forget for how long is for each one, but it's between 2 and 3 days for those surfaces, and there's a lot of plastic surfaces. plastic chairs, plastic tables, metal microwaves, all that stuff. So I just can't help but think, like I said, that our building is going to be one of the next ones. Uh, the Gordo Shepherd saying, "You look nervous there. Did I ruin your secret? LOL." Joe Mama saying, did they let you go to the bathroom? Yes, they do. A coworker and I were talking about all this because in the beginning I was kind of nervous thinking about, well, like all these things that I heard about Amazon true, all these bad rumors and stuff, and like so we're talking about that before I even really really got to jump in to actually working yet too much. And he was telling me that it's mostly just the shitty managers, the individual shitty managers that happen to be at certain facilities that make it into a bad situation. But so far, I got to say, my overall experience at Amazon has been pretty good. The only thing that quite a few coworkers don't exactly like, and I mean, I got to say, it does add a bunch of anxiety from all the pressure, is when we do the scanning those boxes off the line to build those pallets. It does keep a real-time track of your rate, boxes per hour, and the target is at least 120, average. Sometimes, when you get a bunch of little boxes, you can hit like over 300 something. I've hit close to 400 rate at one point, but it was a bunch of really small boxes, and I was moving my ass trying to see how fast I could get that rate up. It was just kind of an experiment that I was wanting to pull. But anyway, I'm jumping away into a whole different topic here. But it's interesting working at Amazon. But like I said, overall, I got to say it is a positive experience. And not every position, and they've been training me in different departments, doing different things. And MP, manual palletizing, when we're scanning those boxes, that's pretty much the only position so far that I've worked at that actually keeps track of your rate like that. There are other positions like water spotting and working at a inbound, when you're actually taking things off the pallet and throwing them onto the belt. It's like the opposite, and there's no scanner involved. There's nobody keeping track of your rate. So not every position they're keeping track of your rate like that. For those of you guys who don't know what water spotting is, that's a term that makes absolute no sense to me. It has absolutely nothing to do with water. It's basically you're just there with the pallet jack most of the time, just holding onto the pallet jack handle, looking around, seeing who fills up a pallet. You push your pallet jack over to it, jack it up, get the labels and all that stuff, whatever's required. Some of them require hazmat labels and stuff like that. Take it over to the pallet wrapper if necessary. If it's a regular wood pallet, put it on there, wrap it up, pull it back off, put the labels on, stick it in the buffer zone. If it's one of those plastic, those ones that I was talking about that kind of make me nervous, those plastic sleeve pallets, we just have to basically put the lid on. We put the second sleeve on because we start off with just one sleeve put on. They fill it up, and then I take it away. I put the second sleeve on. I put the lid on. I put the labels. I move it into the buffer zone, and that's done. There's no wrapping for those. Although I have seen another water spotter, he was wrapping like the top of it, like the lid on there. But I don't remember being trained for that. But anyway, I was just putting them like that, and the other guy that I was working with was doing the same. So AJB saying, do you wear a diaper? No, they let us go to the bathrooms. I gotta quash that rumor, I guess, about Amazon. I heard they make you walk across the warehouse for bathroom breaks, but not enough time to reach the bathroom. Well, see, the only real issue I would have about, and it relates to the scanner related positions. If you do go to the bathroom, that does affect your rate, because all those minutes that you're going without scanning, your rate starts dropping very rapidly. So your rate could be like 270 something. You're busting your ass working really fast, but then you got to go take a shit for like 10 minutes. You come back, your rate's back to zero, and that's going to bring your average rate down for a day. And then if one of the PAs happens to walk by and they're like, hey, like, what's the deal? You weren't scanning for like 10 minutes. You have to explain yourself. Oh, hey, I was taking a shit. Sorry. That's the only, I guess, downside to all that. But I mean, as long as you explain yourself, which that's the thing, you have to explain yourself. And if you're taking a shit for 10 minutes, maybe you're constipated or something, you have to explain that. But once you do explain that, the PA, in most cases, they're decent human beings, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, I understand," and they'll they'll just move on and with their little cart with the laptop. It's an interesting job. I've never worked at a warehouse that had people walking around with laptop carts like that. Texas made saying Amazon hiring like crazy here in Houston. Is it the same there with the whole state of California shut down? How has it been? Are your coworkers cool, or Amazon strict about chit chatting and not working? Well, I mean, there are down times when we're just just going around sweeping and stuff, and we can sweep together or pass by each other and chit chat a little bit, as long as it's not excessive. The thing is, if you're scanning and you chit chat for too long, yeah, it's going to affect your rate. So just that's something you want to watch. I mean, I typically don't. I keep the chit chat to a very minimum, unless it's very very slow. And in those cases, see, because that's the thing, it does get very busy, and because of this whole COVID situation, we'll get a flood of packages, and then nothing, and then we're just walking around sweeping, and then some things start trickling in little by little, and that's pretty much it. And in some cases, they tell us just to stop scanning and or whatever we're doing and just do a little bit of cleanup, and then they'll start offering VTO, voluntary time off, if you want to just go ahead and leave early, and if you accept, or you can stay and just kind of stand around sweeping. But I've been so tired a lot of times, just so tired and achy and sore. And I've been taking a lot of Advils, those Advil liquid gels, just to help me get through the day, or through the night, I should say, because it is a very physically demanding job, and it makes my feet very sore. In particular, my back seems to hold up surprisingly pretty well, so at least I have that. But my feet just don't take it very well. But I knew that going in, so. But the pay is pretty decent, and they did start offering that $2 temporary raise for working during all of this whole thing. So that does help a whole lot. That is very, it does add up, what I want to say here. So there is that. AJB saying don't burn out. Well, see, the thing is, I mean, they do work us hard, 10-hour days, 4 days a week, but at least that does mean we get 3 days off, which is, I guess, I could say is longer than a lot of other people get. Most people get, I guess, 2 days off, or they get like, like 1 day off here, another day off there, kind of thing. So at least we do get 3 days in a row off, which is cool. I kind of wish that we got like 4 days off and didn't have to work 10 hours, and the cost of living wasn't so high to have to keep up with to work so damn much, which is a whole nother video that I did previously if you want to go check that out. But yeah, so yeah, it's just the whole thing is just that, the way that I'm seeing this whole coronavirus situation spiral out of control. The economy is just on a downward spiral. The stock market, all of this stuff, everything is shut down except for Amazon, at least so far. And that's a whole other thing. That strike is that there a whole lot of employees, especially at those infected facilities that have been confirmed cases, they're demanding that those facilities get shut down for intensive cleaning, disinfection. But I guess they're not doing that. So say what you will about Amazon on that front. Profit at all costs, I guess. But I mean, it is giving us work. So that's kind of a catch-22, because on the other hand, it is helping me out very, considerably here. especially, now that I've just got my own room here and I got to be paying for monthly rent and, cost of living, food, gas, all that kind of stuff. I got to be able to continue to keep up with that, unless I get laid off, but that's only a temporary thing. The dog is over here poking her head over here trying to say hi. Maybe I'll do about the dogs. um, Texas Maid saying, my friend does 2 days, 1 day off, then 2 days, then the other 2 days off to rest her feet and body. Yeah, see, a lot of people work like that. That would wear me out even more, I would say, because it'd be less days in a row to be able to give my body a chance to recover, because I really need that. Yesterday, I spent pretty much the entire day. Well, I mean, my body's pretty much used to being on an opposite schedule anyway, being up all night until basically the buck crack of dawn. But yesterday I spent like pretty much the whole day in bed. I slept past the time that I would normally get up for work and just laid there in bed, just relaxing, giving my body a chance to recover from, all that standing on my feet for 10 hours a day. It gets exhausting. It's painful, but it does pay well. So that's why I keep doing it. AJB saying, do they fly drones inside the warehouse? No, they don't. I have not seen a single drone flying in the warehouse. They do, however, have these ginormous like ceiling fans, except that they're not like this any kind of ceiling fan that you've ever seen like in a living room or anything like that. Like each individual blade is I don't even know. My coworker was telling me that they were like, I think like at least like 30 feet across each blade. So that's an entire total diameter of, you guys do the math there. Um, huge fans that are like, I don't know, like 100 feet up on the ceiling. Um, it's crazy. I've never seen fans that ginormous before. They do spin at a relatively low RPM, but they do, I guess you wouldn't want to have something that huge, spinning at like 1,000 RPMs, like, because imagine one of those blades breaks off. That would be a huge safety hazard right there. So yeah, that'd be kind of scary actually, seeing those giant blades just whooshing over you at 1,000 RPMs. Yeah, no thanks. So Joe Mama's saying, your dog? No, well, the landlords, I guess I should say dog. Texas Maid saying the economy will collapse. They actually have two dogs, by the way, big dogs. Texas Maid saying the economy will collapse. Too many people out of work and businesses closed. Every day they're losing money. It's getting harder on truckers delivering food to stores to fill the shelves. Yeah, that's a very good point, Texas Maid. Yeah, this whole situation is having so many ripple effects, and like nobody was prepared for this. Nobody saw this coming. I just got a notification here from DoorDash and reminding me again how it's very busy in the area. I bet because all these restaurants are takeout and delivery only, and I've been getting a lot of notifications now from DoorDash. They're trying to get me out to drive. I don't know. Maybe I'll go out there later or tomorrow. I've been so tired from Amazon though, and I mean, plus, I mean, they do pay pretty well. I mean, I'm not rich, but I'm not struggling like I was before. So there is that, to be thankful for. Bumble the Bee 20 saying hello. I bet you are happy to be working. Yes, exactly. That's what I was just saying right now. Mindstorm saying, "Sup, Brian? Are you? Did you just barely tune in right now? You missed a whole lot. I guess you'll have to watch this later after it comes out as a regular upload on my channel here." AJB saying, "Food delivery is getting big now." Yeah, it is. I got so many notifications that just keep building up. Like I just get them every day, sometimes multiple times a day. They really want me to get out there and do deliveries because it's very in demand right now. And they actually are offering increased incentives for that too, like an extra $2 per delivery in some cases, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, going on 34 minutes here, 10 viewers, 6 likes. This turned into a pretty interesting video. I don't know how long I want to take this, but I made pretty much all the relevant points that I wanted to make so far. Yeah, so if you guys have found this informative, go ahead, subscribe right now, Network126, and ring that bell, because I'm going to be continuing to talk about all this stuff as it happens, because this stuff affects us all, and especially my situation personally, where I'm working at Amazon. I'm seeing all this stuff firsthand, and I keep I'm hearing all this stuff in the news. It's all over the headlines, and there's just so much to cover, not just with Amazon, but with all around the world, with just everything. California, seeing everything shut down. I actually want to try to get some drone shots, some drone footage, of just how light the traffic is. And yeah, by the way, that drone still works. I still have the drone. So in fact, I just finished charging the second battery, and the light is the little blue light, solid blue light, is indicating that that's fully charged. So I'm ready to go, and I actually got to go out soon anyway. So I'm gonna try to get some footage either today or tomorrow, and that'll be coming soon to Network 126 as well. I'm actually in. Well, you guys will notice after I uploaded the footage for that, I really don't have an expensive drone. It's one of those DJI Tello drones, which isn't really technically made by DJI. It just has some DJI components. It's not the best quality footage in the world. Probably kind of like this webcam footage right now for this live stream. But I would like to hopefully get one of those like Mavic Mini, I believe they're called. It was a more recent one that came out, the more like budget oriented one that does actually, you can actually put a memory card in it, and it does film like higher resolution videos and all that kind of stuff. So I do want to eventually upgrade to one of those, but for the time being, I'm just gonna have to keep working on my own right now, unless anybody wants to donate and hasten that, get that moving quicker here. I do have a PayPal link. It's paypal.me/Brian Fritz, or there's I don't know what I'm gonna do with the GoFundMe right now. I'm still deciding what I'm gonna do with that, because I would still like to get an RV, but I'm not. I don't know what I want to do with that right now, with that whole GoFundMe thing. Texas Made saying, have you noticed all those 5G cell towers they put up all of a sudden? Yes, I have noticed. And some people are conspiracy theorists. I don't know whether or not I want to believe this, but they are talking about that. So, some people are actually saying that there is no coronavirus, or at least, they're calling it that, but there's no virus. They're saying that it's actually 5G frequencies. I don't know what I think about that, because I mean, there are a lot of, doctors are involved in all this stuff, and so I don't know that, but I could, because see the whole origination of these rumors are because basically 5G can be used as a bioweapon. The military does use 5G frequencies to make enemy troops feel like their skin is burning and all this kind of stuff, and it does cause adverse health effects physically just from these frequencies. So but now back to if I notice that they're putting them up. I haven't noticed them in my area, but back when I was staying in Long Beach with my dad, I was noticing them, especially when they do that whole Pike area where they do the Grand Prix. I did notice that they did start putting a lot of transmitters on the light poles, and when I was doing Uber around like the downtown LA area, I noticed the same kind of thing. I haven't noticed that in my area so far, my top secret bunker location area, but I have seen them, that it is starting to be a thing. So El Gordo Shepherd saying, I like how you speak, man. God bless you and everyone watching. Keep safe, my people, and let's take care of one another. a lot of crackheads out there. That's for sure. Texas Made saying, I don't think 5G full operable yet since they just put up the towers. Those things look like they were built by NASA. Bill Gates is behind this as well. Huh? Who knows? That could very well be. And thanks, by the way. I'll go to Little Shepherd. I don't know if I'll probably be wrapping this up pretty soon. Going on 39, 40 minutes now. 11 viewers, 8 likes. Yeah, yeah. I know you're out there, dog. There's 2 of them out here. Like I said, I'll probably have to do a video on them later. But for today, I got some stuff to do right now. But he'll go to those shepherds. Says you're welcome. So yeah. So just stay tuned to Network 126. I guess I'm just gonna go wrap this up at the 40-minute mark. Unless I get a bunch of objection all of a sudden all over the live chat, but I very highly doubt that. And I pretty much covered everything that I've been wanting to cover, and I should probably wrap this up anyway. I'm getting tired of talking. It's not as easy as it seems to be able to fill all this airspace, because this is a live video, and I can't edit this. I don't have my handy dandy editor at my side to save me when I mess up or stutter or misspeak or mispronounce something. So Texas Made saying, thanks, Brian, keep safe. El Godro Shepherd saying hello to all the cutie gorditas out there. For sure. All right, so this is I guess that's a wrap. Dogs walking by around there and circling around my bunker here. Bumblebee 20 says, tell Gordon Ramsay to mail you some food. He owes you money. No, it's not Gordon Ramsay that owes me money. It's the owner of that restaurant, the little old lady. I actually feel so bad for her, because she didn't know what she was getting into. But yeah, that's the whole thing with that. Texas Made saying, are there more women than men work at Amazon? It's pretty much a mixed bag, actually. You'd be surprised that you see these little tiny, skinny, petite girls that that in a lot of cases are shorter than me, and they're moving these big, heavy boxes around, stacking pallets, and they're not complaining. They're just doing their work because they really need the money. And I don't blame them. I totally understand that. And Golden Shepherd says they want to eat you, LOL. Oh yeah, the dogs. They just keep circling around. Actually, I noticed the dogs did. I guess they dug up a mole or something. It looks like a dead rat or something. They dug it up, and I've been seeing it like in different places around the yard. And the last place I saw it, they just put it in front of the door here to get into the house. I think somebody might want to jump on that. Maybe I'll get it. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, what the? No, don't do that. I thought only cats did that. They bring like a dead mouse and leave it by the door, but no, apparently dogs do the same thing. So anyway, Bumblebee 20 saying you got your eyes on any of them ladies. No comment. Well, or should I? Well, I won't mention any names, but yeah, there's at least like 10 of them that I've got my eye on. There are a lot of pretty beautiful women that work there. You'd be very surprised. I think one of them actually likes me, but that's a whole nother topic. Plus, we got to keep social distancing. It just drives me nuts. Anyway, Goro Shepherd saying skinnies for you, gorditas for me. Yeah, pretty much. But there's skinnies and there's gorditas. So yeah, that there's women for every taste out there, and men for for those who swing that way, or for the ladies out there. There's so much of everybody to pick from. But the socializing is kept to a minimum right now because of all this damn COVID-19 shit. Texas Maid saying sexual harassment problems there. LOL. No, actually, I mean, as long as everything's consensual, I mean, you're like, you are allowed, like, I mean, as long as it's mutual and two people like each other and they want to, talk in, on their break time, whatever, or maybe chit chat a tiny bit here and there during work, and you get to liking each other and you want to exchange numbers and you want to date each other, there's nothing against that. So as long as you're not just going there grabbing some girl's ass or something, I mean, common sense. So Bumble the B20 saying the girls don't have to use the headache excuse anymore. LOL. Gordo Shepherd saying any gordies at work. Bumble's funny. Yeah, man. It's an interesting experience working at Amazon. Like I said, it's been an overall positive experience, I gotta say, and the pay is pretty damn good. I gotta say, it is. I at the previous warehouse I was working at before, when I had my own apartment, I started making $10 an hour. $10 an hour. They did raise me up to $11 an hour shortly before I ended up leaving the company, just mostly because I couldn't handle it anymore. Neither could my car. That was a whole other thing. My car was falling apart, and then I was living in my dad's kitchen dining space, and it was driving me crazy, and I couldn't sleep consistently, and just it was just a really bad situation. I just couldn't do it anymore. And then I started doing Uber. But so anyway, so I was only making $10 to $11 an hour back then. Now I'm making $15 an hour base, with like $1.15. I forget what they call it for like working like nights and weekends, or I forget how that works exactly. Actually, I have the paperwork somewhere. It's the actually, is it this one? I don't want to show this on air, but wait, where does it say? It's saying something about my pay here. I don't know. It's not on this. Wait, is it? No. No, it's not on this sheet. But anyway, it's like $1.15 extra because I'm working overnights and because I'm doing weekends. And then they just added a $2 extra because we're working during this whole COVID-19 crisis. So AJB saying can't even live on $10 an hour. Well, I did make it work, although I was living very paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't really have a whole lot left over to save. Now it's a different story because now I'm making a whole lot more than I was before, and my rent is a lot lower. So as long as I'm able to keep this going, as long as I can, physically keep up, if I don't get infected and whatnot, I could potentially make some pretty decent money right now and save a lot of it. And I could very well end up getting my RV pretty soon here. And I can do my on the road stuff, including my sci-fi series Road Trek and all that kind of exciting stuff. So there is that to look forward to, at least. Hopefully it does go that way. Hopefully things do improve. That's the whole thing that really gets to me too, is, back when I was living in my dad's kitchen dining corner, or whatever you want to call it, and I wasn't working a stable, regular job, just doing Uber here and there. I was a depressed mess. That was a whole nother thing. A lot of other people were working and they had their lives together, even if they're living paycheck to paycheck, because 80% of the country, at least at the time, it's probably that number is probably going to increase pretty soon. But 80%, literally 80% of Americans, that's 80%, 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And so, yeah, well, anyway, this is just a whole disaster unfolding. This is the perfect storm brewing. This is an epic collapse. This is going to be, a lot of people are saying it's going to be worse than the Great Depression. So, Texas Maid saying, what? Baker X Mayfield saying, Person Man needs more money. Person Man? Okay, it's some other commenter going by the name of the real Rick Harrison or whatever his name is always calls me person man. I don't understand that whole thing going on with these people. Anyway, Texas Made saying they have a lot of old people over 55 work there at Amazon. That they do have older people work at Amazon. They have age ranges all across the board, both sexes, men, women, old, young, everyone. Everyone needs money right now. And Golden Shepherd saying, I'm sure the owner understands the struggles, man. Texas Made saying, y'all have 30-minute lunch break, right? Y'all go out to eat or bring your own food. Yes, we do have 30-minute lunch breaks. We can bring our own food if we want. They also sell food there. They have like this station where you go to pay for it. They have like these refrigerators, and they have all kinds of like sandwiches, frozen foods, all that kind of stuff, and like a bunch of microwaves. Well, at least they did have a bunch of microwaves. Then they pulled a bunch of them out because, again, social distancing, trying to keep everyone apart. So that's the whole thing about that. So anyway, so you can do either or. I have tried purchasing frozen food there before, and by the time I got it, I picked what I wanted to eat. I figured out how to work the station and make my payment. And then I got to get it in the microwave, and then I warmed it up, or so I thought. I brought it back to the table, realized it was still frozen solid in the middle. Had to go stick it in the back in the microwave for a bit, wait longer, take it back out, come back to the table and eat it. I had to rush to eat it because my lunch break was almost over by that point. So best advice, and I know the trolls are going to laugh at me about this because they always make fun of me about Jack in the Box. But I am still doing that. I'm still trying to save money with that. I still do actually have one right here. I do the surveys on these Jack in the Box receipts. They have a code that you do here. Let's see if I can show that. Yeah, that you see that like big long random number there. You go to the website that it says there, and you fill out. It's just like you click on a few things to do this survey. It only takes maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. You do the survey. Well, for me, it's quicker because I'm already used to it. I just fly through the thing in like a minute or less, and it gives you a 4-digit code, and then you write that on the line here, as you guys just saw there. You write that 4-digit code on there, and then you get you can buy one jumbo jack and get another one for free. So what I usually do is I'll do that, and then I get a coffee with that because I need my coffee. That's kind of like the morning for me. When I'm out there around 5 in the afternoon, it is like, yeah, like I need my coffee, and I need my time to just sit in the parking lot at Amazon and eat my jumbo jack before I go into work. And the other one I just keep with me. I take it in the bag. I set it on top of the shelf shelf space over there. And lunchtime comes around, I just come back to it. I don't even bother sticking it in the microwave. I just eat it at room temperature, and it's fine. And I've been happy like that, reasonably happy. Fills me up. And occasionally, if I feel like it, I'll get like a couple of tacos with that, or maybe some curly fries or whatever. So, and it's not like I have to watch money as closely anymore, but it does help out, and if it's available to get the buy one, get one, might as well, try to save all I can right now. So that's what I do. So I guess I'm going to just end up running this video to the hour mark. We're at 53 minutes right now. AJB saying, yeah, it's all over. Yep, it sure is. Texas Made saying this is like the fall of the Roman Empire. Yeah, pretty much. It sure is. There's a lot of similarities. All these great empires, they eventually fall. They eventually crumble. AJB saying, keep your job since USA collapsing. People going to get desperate. Yeah, that is very true. Do you have to drive far to get to the warehouse? It's not exactly around the corner, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad, especially now that the freeways are empty. I get there, and I'd say about maybe 20 minutes, but I'm going full speed, unimpeded the entire way on the freeway. I don't want to say which freeway, but anyway, yeah, it's been working out so far. Like I said, overall positive experience. Gordo Shepherd saying, "Take care, my friends." Gordito signing off. Take care. B. Saludos de Mexicali. Saludos igualmente, el Gordo Shepherd. Texas mate saying, "Did California have a curfew?" No, not yet. But like I said, the moment that they do, and the moment they start rolling out those tanks and those checkpoints that I've been hearing about that they might roll out, I will, like I said, I'll be one of the first ones pulling out my camera and documenting all of that shit and uploading it straight to right here on Network 126. So if you're not subscribed to Network 126, click that button right now and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this broadcast and found this informative. And there will be a bunch more to come. I'm going to be wrapping this up in about 5 minutes. So, AJB saying, "Good show, Brian." Yeah, this is, I guess, probably one of my better ones. And just because there's so much to talk to you about this. And, you know, because it's affecting me very personally as well. I work at Amazon, which is one of the main companies now that's still in operation, that's deemed essential, and that's been all over the headlines lately. So, you know, I got a very unique perspective on all of this. And so those of you guys who are going to be watching this after the fact, not live, go ahead and leave your stories down there below in the comment section. Are you a fellow Amazonian? What's going on at your facility? You know, tell us how it's, you know, are there infections at your facility? Tell us how that's going. You know, tell us about the strike, all that kind of stuff. Are you in the strike? Are you one of those striking workers? Feel free to comment below if you haven't done so already. You know, let's make this an interesting thread here, whole interesting video. You know, like I said, there's just so much to talk about, and so much going on, so many people being affected, individuals, corporations, governments alike. The post office, the postal service is saying that they could close by as soon as June. The postal service has been in service since like 1775, and it might just grind to a halt now in 2020. Everything is just falling apart. Everything is crumbling. Texas Made is saying now a lot of people will feel how have you been feeling the last several years from this? Yeah, dude, no shit. That's a very, very good point. Exactly, Texas Made, exactly. See, it's like we switched roles now. It's like now I'm the one, I'm working, you know, and if I wanted to be an asshole like a lot of other people have been to me about all this, I could be like, get to work, you lazy fucks. You know, what the fuck? Like, I'm working, I'm paying my way here, and blah, 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 you know, trying to act all high and mighty like y'all have done to me, you know, over all these years. Not all of you, but a lot of you, especially the trolls. And I'm like, yeah, now what? Now what? Now I'm the one working, you know. It's just a total role reversal, you know, and the timing of this is just so crazy. You know, I got my own room now. I got a pretty decent job. I'm starting to work my way up, try to get out from this hole that I've been in for so many years of debt. And once I'm able to start moving ahead, I can maybe, you know, eventually get that RV and go off on my adventures and doing my thing while everybody else is going to be struggling and facing homelessness. Real shit. Seriously. Going on 58 minutes now. I'm about to wrap this up. But yeah, that's how all this could go. It's pretty crazy, pretty interesting to think about. Pretty trippy for me to just, you know, be seeing all this from this perspective. Like, wow, like now I'm on my way up, and a lot of other people are, you know, struggling and falling, going under. It's like shit. It's like we can't all be okay at the same time, kind of thing. I don't know why. Texas Made saying now a lot of people. Oh, I already read that one. So I guess, yeah, there's nothing new. I guess everything's been said. Now, last 45 seconds or less for you guys to throw in any last comments before I wrap this up. I'm gonna finish. I'm going to try to cut this off at exactly the 1 hour mark. Let's see if I can do it. So, as you guys have been watching, this is Network 126. A bunch more news to come, a bunch more announcements, ongoing coverage of COVID-19 will be right here. I'm just going to be doing this. You didn't answer my question. Which one was that? How much do you pay for rent? $350. I already answered that in another video. $350. All right, wrapping this up. 56 seconds. Subscribe to Network 126.